All right, it's Wednesday, June 11th. I'm buying some Apple 210 puts here at 856. This is on the 1 minute chart. After I moved down, had a little bit of a pause here, bought the puts, and we'll see if it kind of can test the lows of the day. Obviously, on the day, the structure is to the downside here. We just took out, a little pivot here, and that's a pause area. So, I had a feeling we'd get a little bit of a bounce in here. But if all goes well, we can test the lows of the day and kind of work towards these next targets, these double lows down here. And basically, I'm just playing if the market itself is at exhaustion risk and wants to pause and maybe pull back a little bit. I'm looking at some of the weaker stocks that would lead the way towards that. And Apple certainly, while it's in just an overall trading range, the structure on the day's down compared to other stocks like CrowdStrike that moved up and Netflix that moved up, but Apple is certainly moving lower. So again, I just think we can get another push lower to test the lows of the day after this move and pausing at this inflection point to kind of move towards this lower area, right around that 200 area, and we'll see if we can break through. In the big picture, you can see it's just ridiculous on the daily chart, just chopping around. So it's kind of like high end of the range to the low end of the range. And in the big picture, we certainly moved lower here, had a pretty strong buying that came in below 180, but we're not really following through. We're just kind of bouncing around here. So it's still a weak stock at the moment, even though it's neutral in the big picture in terms of, is it really going to head, much lower down here? I don't think so, but I don't see a big, strong, push up either at this point. So I'm just going with the negative tone on the day for a little short-term trade. Let's see that 1 minute chart. Here we go to test these lows, scale out, set up an Norris trade, and see if we can kind of work towards, these, the 200 area type of thing. And if things stay really weak, who knows, maybe, the 15-minute chart can stay really weak all session long and close red. So we'll find that out, on the daily chart, but it's just choppy in here. But it certainly seems to be working down to this 200 area overall. So I wanted to use this this drop and then the little bit of an initial, just a little bit of a move higher here to buy some puts to go test the lows of the days again and see if it maybe can break through a little bit lower towards that 200 area. And then, we'll see overall, maybe we're just rolling over here and can work even lower than that. Again, if the market itself wants to kind of pause here at exhaustion risk.